This is the Dodgers Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Dodgers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What is up? Hello and welcome to the Locked On Dodgers Postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel. Place to hang out when every game is done. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA, dating back to 2007 for ESPN LA and NBC Sports Radio. Today's episode of the Locked On Dodgers Postcast brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can get $150 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. Well, that was a crazy, wild ride. No hit for 4 2/3 innings, struck out 9 times. They finished the day with 10 Ks and a 13-7 win, 12 RBI between Shohei Ohtani and Max Muncy.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Sorry, 11 total Ks for the Dodgers today, but 10 of them from Mike Soroka, who went 5 1/3, kind of cruising along. They pulled him out of the game, as so many visiting managers do, and the Dodgers pounce on the bullpen. I think what we're talking about today is the Dodgers breaking out offensively at the top of the lineup, and more specifically, Max Muncy, who's been red hot, so he hasn't broken out or anything, but 2 home runs, 7 RBI, and finally eclipses the 200 home run total as a Dodger, now with 201 in the Dodger blue. He finished today 2 for 4, 7 RBI and 2 jacks, just 1K, average at 242. The slug is above 800. Shohei Ohtani had a day, 2 for 4 after starting the game as a pitcher. I feel like that always needs to be the bigger story. It's awesome when he pitches and hits. It's great, but he only pitched 1 inning and 18 pitches. I'm not trying to say it's not a big deal. It is. 1 inning, 18 pitches, struck out 2, and then was pulled. I thought he'd get at least 2 if he had a nice pitch count, which he did. 2 for 4 at the plate, 3 runs scored, 5 RBI, home run to make for number 26. And I need to apologize for yesterday and thank Roy, one of our regulars in the chat, that corrected me. And I'm sure many of you also did, called me stupid, yelling at your computer. Fine. I deserved it. I was brain dead too after that lame game yesterday. But I said that Pajas leads the Dodgers in home runs. No, Shohei Ohtani. Duh. I guess I've been kind of distracted by his slump that he's in, which he broke out of today. So yeah, now 26 for Ohtani to lead the Dodgers. And I believe it's second in the National League, maybe third. Mookie Betts, I don't want to say broke out today, but he was 1 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI clutch hit there. Freddy Freeman, 1 for 4, 2 run score with a pair of strikeouts. Not quite there yet, but better than an offer. He is trying to get out of this funk. And I watched the post game yesterday. I guess we finished the postcast in time for me to catch the post game for the network. And they were interviewing him in the clubhouse, and I agree with Big Worm here. Is this Dennis Rodman? Kiké pitching isn't funny anymore. Cut it out, Dave. Totally agree. I am done with this. It is ridiculous. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy, and it's just foolish. It makes you look stupid. It's like it's cute and charming and kind of a joke every now and then. But when he comes in and the Dodgers are up big and he gets knocked around real fast, it just becomes, you prolong the inevitable. And as they just mentioned during the broadcast, like, you leave your players out there way longer than you need to. They have to be frustrated with the whole thing. I'm sure Kiké is. He's not trying to suck. He's just not a good pitcher. I farting around on Instagram the other day, and I saw some blogger do a whole segment on how Kiké's ERA is 2.2, and that's better than Chris Sale and blah, 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 blah. So obviously that was like a week or two ago. I was like, don't try to convince me that Kiké is a good pitcher. And then he went into this thing that somebody commented that it's the best slider a cutter they've ever seen. I'm like, shut up. Kiké is not a pitcher. The only reason he gets outs is because he throws at 37 miles an hour. but it's getting ridiculous. All right, enough. It's DC. It's embarrassing. Yes, it is. It's ridiculous. Like, we have plenty of pitching. It's not working anymore. I think everyone's getting used to it. These guys should be able to tear Kiké a new one when he's out there. Like, they're professional hitters. Be like if I went out there trying to pitch to them. Let's move on. Like, we don't need to save the bullpen that much. NS says, decisions like this make me hate Doc Roberts. That's not worth hating him over, but it is a little frustrating. Everyone gets it. That's what Karos just said. We all get it. Trying to save some bullets, but it's not working. You got one out today, loaded the bases, and then Vesia had to come in and get them out of a jam. It's wrong. It's just it's like you have a great party, and then someone gets into a fight at the end of the party, right? Or someone throws up or something. It's like, wait, this was so good. We were getting no hit, striking out all over the place. We were all like, oh, are you kidding me? Really? This is happening again? And then all of a sudden they just opened up a can of whoop ass and, grand slam home runs. Ohtani with a triple. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned Ohtani in his 2 for 4, a 3-run bases clearing triple. That was awesome. So, the offense kind of woke up today, rightfully so. Dalton rushing 2 for 2, 3 runs scored. Perfect day because he had 2 walks as well. Even Conforto had a hit and a run scored. Kim broke the no-hit bid with a double in the 6th inning. Tommy Edman, the only offer. So offensively, a fantastic day for the Dodgers.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
With honorable mention to Shohei Ohtani, you got to give it to Max Muncy. Home run number 200 as a Dodger, 2 for 4, 7 RBI. Both of them tattooed, one to right center, one to left center. Here's how that 6th inning went. Bases loaded with 1 out. Rushing led off with a double. Ohtani walked. Mookie popped out. Freddie HBP. This was the best part of the entire rally for the Dodgers. The Nats pitcher calls for the grounds crew to come out and rebuild the mound where his foot lands, which I think should not be allowed. You can't rebuild the mound in the middle of the game unless you're going to argue that it's for safety. I was thinking about comparisons and analogies to other sports. Like in football, it'd be like a place kicker going, could you put some more grass here for me, please? No, that's where the ball is. It's where you're kicking it from, right there. Right? Remember the whole Raiders Patriots snowplow thing? That's been a controversy for decades, right? So it's like that to me. Or you could go to basketball and go, it's also like mopping up the floor after it's filled with sweat. It's potentially an injury hazard. Okay, that's what you're going to argue, then maybe. But I think it's pretty ridiculous, right? It's not as if like when you play Little League or high school ball, there's the grounds crew are inferior at best. Well, at least when I played. Now it's probably a lot different because there's just, there's a lot more AstroTurf or artificial turf, and there's a lot more funding to have a better grounds crew. So it's probably not as bad. But I remember plenty of times, I wasn't a pitcher, but as a hitter, you'd get into the box and there was a hole for your right foot if you're a right-handed hitter, like 4 inches deep. And no matter how much you tried to scrape with your cleats to fill that hole, it just wasn't enough dirt, right? But it's not like that. Guys calling for the grounds crew to rebuild the landing spots. Get out of here. Fix it yourself or deal with it. Anyway, 2 pitches later, Max Muncy goes, yad. That was epic. Absolutely epic.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
That was it right there. Max Muncy's grand slam. 2 pitches after the Nats pitcher calls to rebuild the mound. 383 feet, his 7th career grand slam, 10th home run of the season, and 200th home run as a Dodger. Congrats to Max Muncy, and honorable mention to Shohei Ohtani for player of the game. It's Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Dodgers YouTube channel, a place to hang out when every game is done. And we appreciate you allowing us to be your source for your team every day. 13-7 the final today, win number 47 for the boys in blue. Today's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast brought to you by Wonderful Pistachios. If you're looking for a snack that's both delicious and nutritious, crack into a good source of protein with Wonderful Pistachios. It's one of the highest protein nuts. Each 1 ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. Plus, they're packed with fiber, better for you, unsaturated fats. Wonderful Pistachios. Check them out. Order them. Get them in your backpack, in your purse. They come in convenient little already cracked bags. All you can do is rip it open and start munching. Get snacking and get cracking with the snack that packs a protein punch. WonderfulPistachios.com to learn more. Today's episode also brought to you by FanDuel. We had a great Dodger win today, and we're about an hour-ish, maybe a little less, away from Game 7 of the NBA Finals. So now that the NBA is wrapping up, tonight's your last opportunity to bet on the NBA, get in on the action with FanDuel. But once that is over, it's all baseball until football starts. So it's FanDuel, the best way to make every moment more and every game even more exciting. You're already following the action, which is flowing through the summer here. Why not make it a little bit more thrilling with FanDuel? You can now get in on the game while your friends are getting sunburned at the beach. If you're new to FanDuel, new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet is a winner. No pressure. Open the FanDuel app today and visit FanDuel.com/lockedon to get started. (13-7) the final. 12 RBIs for Max Muncy and Shohei Ohtani combined. Who had that 13th RBI? Mookie did, so good for him. As for the pitching today, pretty good all in all. Again, Ohtani started 2 Ks, 18 pitches. Kasperius, 5 innings, 3 runs on 5 hits. Today, 2 home runs. Ohtani's home run was a reviewed home run, and one for the Nats off of Kasperius reviewed and turned into a 3-run home run. Both of the balls nearly caught. Kim almost robbed one, but the last one from Ohtani was an absolute tear-jerking heartbreaker. The dad in the outfield who brought his glove wearing an Ohtani jersey with a daughter 5, 6 in that tender, ripe age, had the ball in his glove. It looked for a second in real time like the outfielder nearly robbed it, but it was the dad in the outfield hanging over the fence. And, look, he's a dad. He's a dude. He's not a baseball player. If he just left his glove there, he catches it, but he had it resting on the top of the fence. And then when the ball hit it, he tried to pull it in, and it bounced out of his glove and rolled in back into the field to play. And then they reviewed it and called it a home run. And the daughter is crying. I'm like, oh, come on. Where's the Nats center fielder to rescue the day? You guys are getting your ass handed to you. Game is over. This is not a rivalry game. You don't hate Dodger fans. It's like, come on, Ruiz. Give her the ball. Somebody run out there and give the kid the ball. Okay, cool. DC says someone did. Thank you, DC. Awesome. Somebody gave that kid a signed ball. Awesome. I knew they would, but I was waiting for them to do it on TV, and maybe obviously they did, but I was in here getting ready for the show. I like that. Dodgers are notorious for that sort of thing. I figured that would happen. Nice moment there. Someone said, Evie, did that dad also get kicked out for fan interference? LOL. No, that one was gone. So yeah, no. Nice moment there that ended for the kid. I just put myself there. I have a daughter. She's 13 now, but I take her to Dodger games all the time, and she would love to get a ball like that. And if it were me and that happened, I'd be like, babe, don't worry, we'll go buy one. You try to convince her it's the same sort of thing, but it's not. So, but it's cool. I'm sure they'll have that video forever and so forth. So a very nice moment there as the Dodgers wrapped it up there 13-7. I think as much as the big story in this game is Ohtani pitched, looked good. Shohei Ohtani, a home run and 5 RBI. Max Muncy, 2 home runs, 7 RBI. The biggest story from you guys in the chat is enough with Ohtani, with Mookie Betts, Kiké Hernandez pitching. Like that's a very big through line in this game, and I agree. But shouldn't be the bigger story. But it kind of did put a bit of a sour note on what should have been. Wow, what a nice comeback. We were down 3-0. We've been down in every game in this series. It feels like we've been down every game in this homestand. Right? I believe that's the Dodgers' 30th come from behind win this season. And now they lead the major leagues with that number. Not now, they've continued to lead the major leagues with that number. So the fact is that it's just, I think we're all tired of it. Maybe give Rojas a few more opportunities. At least he does the impersonations, and that's funny and entertaining. But I think he needs a quicker hook ultimately. If it doesn't start off right away with an out or 2, then just go get him. Like, we're not going to, you got your shot. That's kind of how it is with high school and little league and stuff, right? If somebody comes in that's not a pitcher and it doesn't go well right away, it's almost like they pull themselves out of the game. Like, I'm not good. That's what happened to me. The 2 or 3 times I pitched as a little kid in little league or senior league or whatever the heck it was, if I didn't have it right away, I would basically wave the coach out. I don't have it. This is not going to end well. I was just like, come get me now because I don't have it. Right. I can't find the zone. That's how it should be for Kiké. If he doesn't have it right away, although it's hard for him to tell because he throws the same 38, 37 mile an hour loopy whatever over and over again, right? If he tries to muscle up and go to 81, that's when it gets even worse. He's at his best when he's throwing 37 to 40 miles an hour. So, yeah, he needs to have a quicker hook when he gets the first 2 guys get on, let's say, all right, that's it. You're done. Thanks. Nice try. Didn't work. Take care. See you later. 13-7, the final. Win number 47 for the Dodgers. Now 29-14 at home. Nats fall to 32-45, 16-21. Off day tomorrow. After a long 10-game homestand where the Dodgers won that series 2 games out of 3, swept the didn't sweep the Padres, but won the series. They won the series against the Giants. So they won 2 out of 3 and 3 out of 4. They lost 3 games on this 10, 7-3. That's pretty damn good right there. Nice run considering the top of the lineup is struggling. Oh, I didn't finish my thought on Freddie. This is my final thought before we wrap. Freddie in the post game last night, interviewed by Sportsnet, was talking about the slump. He said, I haven't had it in 6 weeks. He goes, I feel like I left my swing in Arizona. And, some of the Bill Plunkett, LA Times was like, have you tried to find what's wrong? And he's like, listen, I have 16 different keys that I focus on, and every single one of them is bad. And the things that get me out of a slump historically, I've tried all of them and they're not working. So it's frustrating. It's awful, but it comes with the territory and I'll figure it out. Don't worry. And I was like, it's got to be horrible for those guys. It's like for, people that have a not so glamorous job. Let's say you're a salesperson or, you're a chef and you keep overcooking the steak over and over and over again. Gotta be really frustrating for you. Or as a salesperson, you got this one client on the hook and you're like, I know they're going to buy. I know it. And they keep not returning your phone call or whatever. It's the kind of thing that we all experience, but under a microscope, when you're a professional athlete, it's at a different level. And it's just got to be super frustrating for those guys. He's like, I'm doing everything I possibly can, and it's just not working. You could just see him kind of reluctantly like, it is what it is. I mean, you can't get too down over it. and he's got to live his life, right? So again, I will absolutely bet you that he'll pull out sooner before later because he's Freddie Freeman and he's a Hall of Famer, right? And all of that. So if you think he's not trying and is not aware of all this, you're sorely mistaken. He is, and he's busting his backside to figure it out, and I'm sure that he will. But it was just interesting to hear his perspective and his commentary on it. Like, kind of like, yeah, I know. I'm aware. It sucks. What do you want? I'm doing everything I can to get out of it. So, he's just a dude, and that's what I love about Freddie Freeman. Dodgers win and have a day off tomorrow before kicking off a series on the road against the Colorado Rockies on Tuesday. We'll be here afterwards to break it down for you. So we'll talk then. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. My name's Pete Fox. Appreciate the comments. Talk to you guys on Tuesday. Take care. Have a good